Can I answer that with interpretive dance? I'm David Tuber. I work in animation as a storyboard artist, writer, and director.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
My career kind of is my life. It's been everything for me since I was 4, since I decided I wanted to pursue making cartoons for a living. It's always been at the priority of my decision making, and it continues to be one of the most important parts of my life.
Well, hello! We're dying to have you.
Huzzah!
The shows that influenced me the most as a kid into who I am now as an artist, Ren and Stimpy was a big one. I love that style. I gravitated towards that look and that weird experimental level of humor and everything about it, the intensity of it, the emotions, everything about it. I love Ren and Stimpy. Simpsons, Rocko's Modern Life, Invader Zim, Wallace and Gromit shorts, and early Tim Burton movies. Big influence on my life. Those things, they shaped me and definitely aimed me in the right direction. I started at a studio called Shadow Machine, where they were making Robot Chicken, which is a stop-motion animated show. And then I worked on a show at the same studio called Moral Oral, and I was storyboarding. And that led to directing and then writing, and I've kind of just been cycling those 3 things ever since.
Humbugs? Yeah, a whole swarm of them. See?
Oh, are they on me now? Oh no!
Eating him alive.
I've been on some pretty great productions. One was the Lego Movie. I got to storyboard on that, and that was such a great production because the crew just became friends overnight. It was really fun. It was like play. It was like Legos. It was so much fun to go into work every day and try to build an idea and make this film, and it was just hanging out with your friends. That was so fortunate. And then working on BoJack Horseman was great because we didn't know what it was. It was the first season, and it turned out to be this incredibly brilliant show that I respect. And I still think it's one of the greatest shows on TV. And then I'd have to give credit to Mary Shelley's Frankenhole, which was on Adult Swim, because I got to kind of touch every department a little bit. I got to look inside the puppet department and the props department and sets, and even in post department, and have a little bit of a say in everywhere. And it really, the content connected with me a lot. And I still love that show very much.
Here we go! Here we go, everybody! Look at you! You can't even control it! And it's you! Write down some notes if you would.
Day 3!
Oh, here we go.
Working in a studio is lots of fun. I love being in an environment with a lot of hands on deck, running around, trying to figure it out and problem solve all day. It's the best way for me to be productive, and bouncing ideas is the best thing ever. Especially if you're in the story department, trying to figure it out, that's the way you do it. You throw something out, somebody throws it back, you get a lot of feedback that way, and you just get better. And eventually, hopefully, you find the story. And that's just a ton of fun. The faculty at Columbia was very helpful while I was a student here, and Dino Crisanti, who taught stop motion, I had no idea that I could potentially be an animator in stop motion. I always loved stop motion, but he really taught me it wasn't completely out of grasp. I was his TA later, and we became really good friends, so that's a big part of my life. Stop motion is absolutely relevant today. Any medium is relevant if you can find a use of it to tell a story. What's great about stop motion is the grit and the tactileness of it all. It's never going to be irrelevant. It just might not be cost effective, but it's always going to be a medium that people respond to and enjoy. It's this hybrid of live action and animation, and that doesn't go away.
See you tomorrow.
Since I was a kid, animation has always made more sense to me. And what that means is I just connected with it more than live action. It kind of clicked in a way that I actually trusted it more. I love how we can continue to find new aesthetics within animation. We can completely redesign a look of something and it'll make sense. Even though it's anatomically incorrect, we know that's an animal of that caliber, and it's just weird how we allow that. We will bend our understanding of the world to allow understanding, to follow these stories. And I think that's fascinating. And what it really boils down to is storytelling. I think it's one of the coolest things about us. It's what makes us us. It's art and information, and it's so cool when it's done with animation. I think that's a wonderful thing, and I love that I get to be a part of that.